You know what? I think it's time for Career Chronicles. Yeah. But for Career Chronicles, I wrote a question and my P1 was down for it. So the question is,
it's a question, but can I just say this is like a concept that I feel like needs to be coined if it has not been coined.
Right. So of course our segment is Career Chronicles, but the phrase we're going to use is hashtag queer puberty, because I feel like once you realize that you identify something else besides what is like hetero traditional straight, you're realizing like, oh, I'm in a whole new world.
A whole new world.
Sing it.
I was thinking, I can't. That was brave.
A dazzling place I never knew.
That's also the only line I know.
Okay, same. Okay, I was done. I was tapped out. But so we would have to want to go into the phrase queer puberty. But the question is, and Copernican Logic can definitely go first, is what is the first time you were hit on by a woman, or the first time you hit on or spit some game after you came, to your queer puberty stage?
Yeah. I would say...
Wait, which one?
I have one of each. I'm going to start with the first time that I remember being very explicitly hit on. Now, I know it's not the first time that I was hit on because I told you that story about that someone that I was like, oh, damn, they were offering it. And my closeted self.
Should we start a Patreon so we can give the deets? I feel like we should do later on.
Later, we'll talk about it. So I'm going to talk about another experience. This experience was a Bar West.
Shout out if you know where that is.
Shout out if you know.
Bar West is exciting for a lot of things.
It was indeed a Thursday night.
Okay, so for those that might not know, there's like Thirsty Thursdays.
Yeah, right? So Bar West is just known for the fish bowls, the 64-ounce sugar and alcohol drinks that
a lot of alcohol.
Fucked you up.
Yeah.
But on Thursday nights, they were half off. Before like 10 or 11,
so they were usually like $40.
Yeah, I remember the one that I liked. It would come out to like $16 because they're different prices.
Yeah, on Thirsty Thursdays.
But on Thirsty Thursday, it would come out to $60, and it was 64 ounces.
And college students, we're like half a gallon of alcohol for $16.
Listen, if you went to Bar West and shared a fishbowl, don't worry about what's in the vaccine. Because let's be real.
I'm screaming.
Let's be real
right now. No, seriously.
Yeah.
If you share, because mind you, the fishbowl came with like 4 or 5 straws,
and then you grab your straw from Okay. Anyways, that's not what the story is about. So I remember being at Bar West. I remember for some reason I went to the bar by myself. Like whatever the group was doing, I was at the bar getting a drink, and all of a sudden, I just like looked to my left. I'm just there waiting for the bartender to look at me. And I looked to the left.
The struggle.
This like stud, like a plaid button all the way up, just the baggy jeans.
Do they have a snapback? They have it fitted on?
I think they might have had a snapback of some sort.
Very mask vibes.
Very mask vibes.
For mask on those I don't know. Okay.
Very, very, swaggy and whatnot. Just like comes up, turns around and looks at me. Looks me up and down. Like actually I see their head like move up and down.
It's the confidence for me.
And they say, "Ooh, you're just my type." And then I was like, "Oh, am I?"
Really? You don't say.
I was like, oh. And they're like, "Yeah."
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then they're like, "Do you have a number? Give me your number." So this is the first time somebody took my phone and like put their, and they're like, "Give me your phone." Wow. Like puts their number in. Here. And just gives me the phone. I was like, "Okay, cool."
I think inquiring minds would also like to know as well as me, because I don't remember the full details of the story. Did you use the phone number?
I did not.
Woo!
I did not use the phone number. I think it's, I don't know who they were a little strange. They were very confident. I would honestly say I think this happened to me once before, so that's why I didn't do it. I'm afraid that they won't remember me. They won't remember like hitting on me,
Not her acting like she's not memorable.
I don't know.
I just think as a Sagittarius, you know that you're memorable. So don't even. They won't remember. Stop.
I just wasn't sure.
Okay.
I just wasn't sure. I think very much like the original story that I cannot share because of who it's about. I think it was the same thing of just me like realizing but not realizing. And to be honest, with the person that I do know, that felt more like a missed opportunity. Like, oh, damn. With this one, it was more like, oh, like, it, like maybe like it could have, but like, you know, it was more of like, I didn't think it was serious.
Okay.
Probably because I wasn't initiating it, maybe.
Okay.
I don't know. But yeah, that was my first.
You kind of like to chase. A little bit.
Do I?
A smidge.
A little bit.
Yeah. Because I feel like it's the comfort or it's the excitement of knowing you conquer.
I like yes, but I also like it to like not be hard.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
it's a balance. It's a weird seesaw.
Like it shouldn't be hard for me.
It's
hard for you. Not for me though.
Screaming. Not for me, for you, honey.
Yeah.
Just clarify.
Yeah.
Wait, so that's when you were hit on.
That's when I was hit
What
on.
about when you like hit on someone? But you were like full blown queer puberty, living in it, thriving in it. Did you hit on someone? Have you ever?
Okay, so the reason why I think this is queer, like full on queer puberty, is because I was in a relationship with a man.
The prelude. Okay. Dot.
Yeah, it was like it's honestly, that's one of those relationships that I don't count in because it was like 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
I literally was with, you know who I'm talking about. And I don't
I just remembered who it was. Lord.
And it's one of it's I don't know.
It's okay.
I don't know how.
It's okay. We're not.
I don't know how.
Doesn't matter.
A lot of you don't know because I kind of kept it low key, but I kind of know like it was public for a second, like literally one.
The irrelevance.
Yes. But so I was dating this person, and this is why it's queer puberty, because I was curious. Mm-hmm. I already, my spidey senses.
Mm-hmm. You're tingling.
And there was somebody that actually you knew, and I think what I did, my pubescent behavior
mm-hmm.
was I'm pretty sure I had you tell them that I thought they were attractive or something, or they told you that they thought I was attractive or something.
We have to check out this episode.
So we call it this is
I'm definitely a wing woman.
Low-key bae, I think, is what we're calling them for the story. Low-key.
Yes.
Not on the bae, more of on the low-key. Because
mm-hmm.
the interaction was low-key.
Yeah.
I think my whole interaction with them was low-key.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember how it started, but I was kind of trying to shoot my shot, but I also think they were a little bit.
For sure.
But it was like a 1 day old DM conversation where I tried, and then it was just clear that they wasn't ready, and there were other factors, and but it felt the reason why it feels like a queer puberty moment or like a baby queer moment is because again I was dating this whole other man, but very much just ready to not anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But it was also like, do we think
yeah.
Would I? So, but yeah, those are kind of the little memories that I remember.
I feel like for those that are questioning or that are like curious or feel comfortable with the term bi-curious, I feel like there is that one person or that one situation that comes along that makes you feel like, F it, I'm gonna put my foot in the pool. I'm gonna step up. I'm gonna just move forward. I want to really see. I don't know if it's intrigue. I don't know if it's fascination. I don't know if it's really just like I have these feelings and I want to express them. And that's that person.
Well, it's like how when I talked about my partner in like the first or second episode,
mm-hmm.
I would have been down maybe. Like I think all I was looking for was like somebody that I was down to like come out for,
mm-hmm.
and
I wanna be down with what you're going through.
And yeah, I mean, it ended up just landing at my current partner, where I think that's somebody who I actually did persist.
We approve. We stand.
Yes, we do. But it was, I think, that was the first successful like it was successful because, you know, here we are. Like 3.5 years later. So.
Right. Yeah. In the game.
But yeah, what about you? What's your baby queer moments?
Yeah, like a newbie queer is, it's it's like being born as a giraffe, like the awkward walks and everything else. But my first time that I was hit on by a woman was my ex-wife. But I feel weird saying this, but
I feel like that's such a gay thing to say.
It's so.
The first time I hit up a woman was my ex-wife.
Yeah. Like, but I will say this, like, I'm big on energies and connections and vibes. Mm-hmm. And when I tell you, I didn't even know what this person looked like. And when I heard their name, because they were a previous roommate's best friend, when I heard their name be spoken, I would get butterflies. So I already knew, like, something was up. But mind you, I was still dating men. I never had dated, you know, anyone else besides men before. So I was like, well, maybe that just means it's supposed to be my best friend. Maybe, because I had this thing where I already knew who was with my next partner, always. All the boyfriends I had a feeling, I had a connection before I even met them, whether they know that or not. So when I got that same kind of feeling and it was about a woman, I was like, are you sure?
Right.
No. And so when I met them, I saw their face once and I just freaked out. I don't know if y'all ever had that feeling. Because I never had that feeling before, like love of your life. Like, you just, when you see them, you just know. So to already have that connection when you first see somebody, it's really intense and you don't know what to do with it. I freaked out and I ran to my room. They came in the door in our apartment and I ran to my room. I freaked out. Calmly though, you know, because I'm Sagittarius, okay? You're not gonna see me sweat. I kept it cool. Freaking out over you? No. You don't even know me. So, yeah, and just kind of throughout that night when I met them, the interactions, like, they were definitely more of like an aggressive stud, like AG stud, and very masculine, very dominant. And they were just really confident on the borderline cocky. And me. I don't know if it's a Sagittarius thing. I don't know if it's just me as in general. I love to crush egos. Yes. Not you coming at me full cocky.
Yeah. You're not gonna do it.
You want to get me? You thought, okay. So, yeah, I was not giving them time of day all night. When we went out with our friends, with my roommates, I was not giving them time of day. And they were like, we're supposed to be together. And I was like, who's that at? I was like, we were going to one of the, you know, local gay bars, and they were like, oh, you're going to get a number? I was like, yeah, a number for me. They were like, oh, I thought you don't date women. Okay, and? Not you in my business. I don't know who you are. So, but by the end of the night, we were having like 3-hour conversations. We exchanged numbers. You know, like, it was really funny because they prided themselves on being a player. And they were like, I've never not gotten what I wanted from somebody when I saw them. Oh, and of course, being the aggressive, masculine, dominant, you know, stuff that they were like, oh, I'm just trying to get your underwear. And I was like, no. And we ended up cuddling all night. Oh, it's a scandal for me. But anyway, yeah, that was the first interaction, really, like, just, I guess, kind of taking on someone hitting on me.
Yeah.
But the first time that I hit on someone, you know, I was out here, we're going to call them British Bay. I was actually at dinner with one of my other sorority sisters, and we saw them we saw them at the club. Take that back. We saw them at the club. They were kind of flirting with like both of us. But I talked to my sorority sister and I was like, I'm totally crushing, I'm not gonna lie. And,
dibs.
Right, and them being the sweetest, they were just trying to push it together. Like, we were getting shot. All of us got shots together. We were like at 1 p.m. on the local gay bars and clubs in the gayborhood, and we were living our full lives, you know. And they later on asked us to go to British Bay, asked us to go to like dinner later. And so, like, you know, she agreed, I agreed, and I was honestly like, they're feeling you. Like, what do you mean? I don't know why I didn't think about this earlier, but definitely my sorority sister, being the sweetheart that she is, didn't show up to the dinner intentionally on purpose. She was like, oh, I'm just too busy. I'm like...
Love her for that.
Right, love you for that. So it ended up being, and then she didn't warn me though, so I couldn't even try to play it off. I really didn't know. And like British Babe was like, "But that's your like sister. What do you mean you don't know what's happening? Like I don't know."
We're grown-ass people.
So anyway, so yeah, we had dinner, and then we kind of like just kicked it off from there. And I was kind of like, excited for myself because there were not like money plays a part into who you are. I think managing it is the attraction for me. How you manage and budget it and balance it. But just someone that had like these really big career goals and they really have this like big checkbook that they knew how to balance it. Yeah. I think it was really attractive. But then they also showed me a lot of toxic tendencies. So we had to let them go later on. But just for that couple of months in that moment, knowing that like I hit on somebody and I think still partially it's because one of my sorority sisters stepped down because she's hella popping. She is just popping. She's hella dope. But yeah, I think it's like a 2 for 2. But yeah, I just felt really big on that moment. It was a really big. It gave me stride and confidence in my queer puberty, you know, like state.